Welcome to a Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and I'm continuing my H.G. Wells series in this with his 24th story titled Mr. Ledbetter's Vacation. And this was published in July of 1894 in the Strand magazine. It is just a short story. I am reading it, of course, in my copy of the complete short stories of H.G. Wells. This period of Wells' work, before he published any of the book editions of The Time Machine, he hadn't yet written much in the way of what we would call science fiction, or much of anything else fantastical. He was mostly writing social comedy for his short stories. He wrote a lot of essays about science and essays where he did scientific speculation, and there were a small number of stories that were definitely science fiction, and stories where science played a major part, like the Stolen Bacillus. But a lot of his stories were just social comedies where he was pointing out things about society of his day. Mr. Ledbetter's Vacation is one of those stories, and in my opinion, an excellent example of that. It really is a good story. Basic synopsis is Mr. Ledbetter, he's a parson. Okay, he's a religious man, not a priest, but a parson. And he's walking down, he's on vacation, he's in Jamaica, and he's walking down the street, and he sees this nice house that has a window open. And he starts thinking about, the fact that his life doesn't have any adventure, that his life doesn't have any excitement. And he starts thinking about the excitement that a burglar must have in their lives, all the adventure that they have. And starts thinking about, well, what if I tasted that a little bit? What if I just climbed in that window and went in and just took a look around the house? Not take anything, not touch anything, but trespass and just walk in and see what it's like to do that kind of a deed. So he does. He climbs through the window, he's in the house, he's upstairs, I believe, and then the owner comes home. The owner catches him. The owner turns out to be not a very nice person. He is somebody that's involved in an embezzlement scheme. And he happens to have a very large amount of embezzled gold in his house. So of course he thinks Mr. Ledbetter is there to steal the gold. And all the while Mr. Ledbetter is going, oh no, I'm just a parson. I'm not a burglar. I just, let me explain it. And of course they never do let him explain. And most of these old stories like this were humorous in their day, but today they kind of fall flat. This one I don't think does. I mean, this isn't side-splitting funny, but the situation is funny enough, and the way Wells wrote it is humorous enough that it's a fun story. It is funny. It is humorous, and it is enjoyable. And it does make a point about the slippery slope of, you try a little bit and all of a sudden you're pulled into more and more and more until you're in over your head with crime. So there's a little bit of a moral to this story as well. I found myself really enjoying it. Not enough to call it a top tale, but enough that I think it is among Wells's better stories, better short stories, and worth reading. And if you like H.G. Wells if you like H.G. Wells, if you like Victorian style social comedy stories, so have you ever read Mr. Ledbetter's Vacation? Leave your comments in the comment section of the video. I want to hear from you. Otherwise, the next H.G. Wells is the Hammers Pond Park burglary. So Wells kind of stays on this crime spree, on this crime subject in his stories. For, you know, he did the Thumb Mark, which is about fingerprinting. He did this one, which is, you know, a social comedy, and then he did the Hammers Pond Park burglary. So, you know, he got a little bit into talking about crime in his fiction for a bit here. So that'll be his 25th story. I hope you'll come back and join me for that and all the other things we do on Telltale Books. Until then, be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button.